Stay a while and listen.
Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I start up my coverage of X4 Foundations. It's by Egosoft and it released on November 30th, 2018. Now, I did a live stream on this, I believe, the following day, so yesterday, like December 1st. And I learned quite a bit about how the game works and how to do some stuff. I still don't know everything. This is a sandbox space universe type weird crazy game that there's just so much to do, so much information, so many things in the game that we may struggle bits here and there, so you guys can feel free to throw all your plethora of information that you have at my feet in the comment section, just so I can kind of keep moving along and all that wonderful fun stuff. That being said, this is also having issues with my recording software of OBS. So if you guys notice at the very top and the very bottom of the screen, there are a little bit of a black line. And that's because I have to play it in a windowed mode and everything else. Hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much. And as soon as they're playing together nicely again and it's fixed, we'll of course revert back to full screen and everything will be happy and joyous. But I think it'll be okay. You guys should be fine. Anyway, we're going to hop in. We're going to start new.
Even after everything that has struck over the last few decades, the Terran conflict, the Xenon, and the jump gates shut down, the Argon Federation has established itself as a key power in this new jump gate network. And even its most distant colony, Black Hole Sun, is a hub of trade and community. Opportunities are aplenty for all. Every day, scores of young pilots set out from the system for the first time, on their way to find adventure among the stars.
Now, this is more than likely going to be where we start off as the young gun. Essentially, it says there are a bunch of tutorial missions. Now, I will say the tutorial has a lot of information. It is very useful and it's taught me quite a bit, but it's also not the easiest thing to actually even navigate or get through. So I'm going to bite the bullet. We'll play through the tutorial again as far as we can, and then we'll move off and we'll do whatever it is that we want to do at that point. So, hopefully you guys are down with that, but let's go see what the other two things have to offer before we completely commit to this. We'll come back to this one.
We live in dark times. For centuries, the Pyramid lived in peace. Strife between us was a relic of the past. So dependent are we on the Pontifex that when the jump gates shut down and the Pontifex could not contact us, chaos ensued. Life fell into ruin. We searched desperately for guidance, some even going as far to birth new leaders, each with their own perspective, each with their own ambitions. When the jump gates realigned, it could only end in conflict. Each Pontifex believed they were in the right, each unwilling to back down. Civil war was simply a matter of time.
So, at the front line of the Pyramid Civil War, you pilot a warship for the god realm of the Pyramid. The heretical Holy Order have had too long to sow discontent amongst your people. It is time for this needless conflict to end. We will be playing as Aman Kalat, I guess, or something along those lines. We'd be located in the Pontifex's claim, and we'd be flying a Perseus. Our starting cash would be 5,000 credits with one targeting computer, extension mark 1, and one basic scanner. And then we're going to go to the Untested Explorer and see what they have to say.
The jump gate shutdown is now defined as the single most important event in the history of the network, a disaster of cataclysmic proportion that changed everything, redefining our very way of life. Despite all of the odds, however, we have come through the other side, and along the way have found more to research and explore than ever before. That is the area in which we pride ourselves, the Alliance of the Word, founded on the idea that those disconnected from the Jumpgate network could be saved. We strive to find out more, for the good of all of us.
Okay, recent history means that the universe must be newly discovered, recently accepted into the Alliance of the World's Explorers Guild. You set out to prove yourself, to help discover the ever-present mysteries of the cosmos. And it would be Celia, I guess, Terran would be your person. You'd be looking in the Sacred Relic, that would be your location. We'd be starting off with the Discoverer, and our cash would be at 5,000 credits. The equipment would be 2 times all-round engines, 1x long-range scanner, software Mark 1. Anyhow, we're going to go with the young gun, and we're just going to hop in and begin this. So,
Even
'cause he's
after
gonna
everything
talk.
that has struck over the last few decades. Val Selton's log, day 1. I'm excited to get underway with this new ship. I'm not entirely sure what I'll do yet. Trading, exploring, am I brave enough to face combat? Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be exciting. Here goes nothing.
Or super dangerous. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, this is supposed to not have any load times. I mean, like right now we're about to see a load time, but it's not going to have any load times when you're jumping through gates or any other time during the thing, or in any time that you're playing the game. There might be a little bit of pausing here and there when you actually go to save the game, but short of that, like if you go from one area to the next, to the next, to the next, you jump through gates or any of that stuff, it should just all be one continuous thing. Should be no loading at all at that point. Even a fool knows you can't touch the stars, but it doesn't stop a wise man from trying. And that's Harry Anderson from 1952 to 2018. Anyhow, yeah, so that's one of the improvements. I know a lot of people criticized the last game, the X Rebirth series, or game in the series, because you can only pilot one ship. This game is supposed to allow you to pilot every ship imaginable. You can get it, buy it, craft it, whatever it is that you do. You can get that. You can craft your own base. I think you can modify and change the ships in many ways. So there's a lot of customization, and you have pretty much free reign to do whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to be a pirate, if you want to be a trader, if you want to be a miner, whatever the case is, you have those options. I'm very interested in how the mining and all that works, but getting to the point where I can do that, I don't know how long that's going to take, or if that's something we'll be able to do in any speedy amount of time. So like I said, we're going to start off basically running through the tutorial stuff to learn how to fly. Hopefully it'll help anybody who is new to the game. I played a lot of the X series over the years, but I've never finished any of the games. I played the first one quite a bit. I played a little bit of the Terran Conflict. I believe that was the second one. X2 I played a bit more. X3 I played a little bit less. And I have X Rebirth. I never actually ended up playing it. So they do say that this is a great game to start the X series with. So yeah, that's cool. Alright, so here is our ship. We are going to hop into it. Going right up our little ladder here. And it says press H to open the help menu and select a tutorial to learn about the game. So we're going to do that. We're not going to learn about the joystick, the HOTAs, or the gamepad mapping. We're just going to go into flight school. I am going to be using the keyboard and mouse. Hopefully that is okay with all of you. Alright, we can always abort this at any point. And what is it going to say to us? To sit down in your chair, click on it or press F. I'm clicking on it. Alright, I have done this thing. Onward for great justice or something. To undock, either press the button or hit Shift D. We're going to Shift D it. And there we are. Hold the left mouse button to steer toward your mouse cursor. Okay. Simple enough. Up, down. You can hold it and kind of steer all around a little bit. That's cool too. Don't worry, there's other steering methods. If you press both Shift and Space, you'll enable the cursor steering. So now it's actually tied to my cursor. Wherever my cursor moves, it's going to start moving after it. So, pretty cool. Your current objective... There's a bad guy right there. Your current objective is displayed on the message ticker in the bottom left. Okay. The objective is often related to a location or object in space. And they're talking about like down here. These are marked with orange indicators in your HUD. So right there. So toward the bottom left. The location of the objective is displayed in a yellow circle on your HUD. So there we go. Your current objective. It kind of repeats the same thing a couple times. I'm not real sure why. It's a little bit strange. Your shield bar is shown as a blue bar under the target cross. So this is the shield. Above it is your hull integrity, the white line. And once it hits 0, your ship explodes. Game over. GG. And then it says this is your speed bar, but really they mean that this is your speed bar. This little arrow here and the little red dot just above the white line. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn and face over here. And we're going to press X and we're going to accelerate. And we're going to keep going until we get out of the little force field that we're in. Okay, now we're going to decelerate before we hit anybody, and we have stopped. Now we can hold tab to start boosting and travel longer distance in shorter times. So tab, you see our speed goes up astronomically high. We're going to stop that right now though. And we're going to stop our forward motion. Boosting will drain your shield energy. As you see, our shield energy is quite a bit lower since we just used our little afterburners or our boost. Open the ship menu with enter to change weapon configuration. One line represents one weapon group. So this is a line. I guess this is a line as well. By default, the first group will be set to fire all of our weapons at once, which is fine. You can select items in this menu with your up, down, left, right, or your mouse. I like how it's down, up, it's fine. For special tasks, it makes sense to configure groups with only one weapon. So there may be times where you need to use a specific weapon, so on and so forth. That's fine. Alright, we can press delete or you can hit escape. Both of those close the menu. Alright, these yellow icons are...
We will be scanning your inventory.
Mission targets, okay. You can select them. So I'm going to do so. 1, 2,
Scan results show that you're all clear.
Of course I'm all clear. Get away from me. Okay, so I've selected all 3 of these. To the best of my knowledge. 1, 2, and 3. I guess we're going to get a little closer to it. Like, this is one of those things where it becomes a little less clear what we need to do. So we're going to fly a little bit closer. And hopefully that will trigger whatever the next thing is that we have to do. Or it's possible that I missed something with the scanning of my stuff. Okay. So we've gotten close enough now that it's triggered the next thing. Press the middle mouse button to fire your weapon toward your mouse cursor. 2, it's done. Okay, it did drop something. While holding left mouse button for steering, you can also fire with your middle mouse button. Yeah, I know. I know these are things that I can do. I could also just target this and then hit spacebar. And it will actually fire in the area. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go and we're going to collect the things that they dropped. Targets can drop items which you can pick up by flying over them. Press O to make nearby boxes move toward your ship. So this makes it a lot easier because sometimes there's things in your way like the husk of that. Press O and it flies into your ship. Makes it a lot easier. Press O. There we go. We've collected some dumbfire missiles and things of that nature. There should have been another one. I'm actually not sure where it went. Well, now I feel a little bit bad. Huh. I lost track of it. It's also possible at this point that we are actually done with our tutorial. And we are. Because it would say that we're technically in a tutorial. It would be highlighted right now. I missed it saying that it was finished. So, we're going to go from the flight school to the ship modes now. I'm going to start that tutorial. Again, the tutorials are pretty good. They do hold a lot of information, but they could have been done a little bit better. That's about my only gripe so far. Press enter to open the ship menu. The default pre-selected button in the center allows selection of ship modes. Okay. This. Activate a mode with the left mouse button. Okay. Select scan mode. You can also turn it on with Shift 2. All the modes are Shift 1, Shift 2, and Shift 3. Just so you guys know. So I'm actually going to get out of this mode. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to back out. There we go. Shift 2. Alright, menu is down. And gone, which is good. And we have the steering with the cursor, which I can always turn off if I don't want to move and I also want to use my cursor for things. I'm not sure what we need to do right now. In fact, we just started the tutorial. Let's try starting it over. Let's just see. And if it works, we'll just edit out the big long chunk of nothing. If it doesn't work, then we'll leave it in. You're near a war for equipment dock. Consider playing... Yeah, no, I don't care about that. Oh. Alright, enter the ship menu. Allows modes. Go there. Then it will tell us to select scan mode. So travel mode is super important when you have to go any distance away. You don't want to sit there and use like full throttle and use your thruster. You want to go into travel mode, which allows you to travel significantly quicker. Definitely the way you want to do it. I think I heard something make a sound that time. Okay, I want to close it with delete. Aha! Fly around a station with this mode active helps finding signals. Alright, so yeah, basically what we're going to do is we're going to remove the... We're going to edit out the big chunk of time where I spent looking for this to work, and it didn't work. Alright, so we're going to head over here. 7K away. It's a bit of time.
Don't let them get away!
I don't care. I'm not doing policing right now. Alright, so this thing right here. This thing right here is going to be our little spark. The closer we get, the more clear it will become. Okay, signals can come from people or can be the result of malfunctioning devices. If you guys are wondering what our ship looks like, it looks like that. Cool, right? People could use signals to contact you and offer you secret missions. Data signals may contain valuable information such as blueprints to build stations. Which again, you can build your own station, all sorts of stuff, guys and gals. It looks like there's going to be a lot here. Alright, open the shift menu and hit shift 3 to activate the long-range scan mode. I can just do it with shift 3. The long-range scan mode can help you navigate in unknown sectors.
You've had it now!
You not impressed bit like that!
Uh-huh. You can scan objects up to 300 km in the direction your ship is facing. Actually, I think it's almost all the way around you. The scan direction is important for some objects. Alright, well, fair enough. Hold down the secondary fire button, which is R, for up to 2 seconds, but don't hold it too long. So 1, 2, release. The signal will emit when releasing the fire button. Get liquidated. Holding the button too long will cause the scan to fail. I feel like that should have been listed earlier. Like, it coming that far in means you probably would have already failed the scan, but it's fine. Holding it for a shorter time will scan a smaller range. There's a bad guy down there. Scan your vicinity in all directions now. So we did that. We're going to go over here.
I've got you now. Talk big, but can you deliver?
We're going to go over here. Bad guy right there getting shot at by all the oop, I went too long. All the policey peeps. Go that direction. And finally, right over here. Alright, and then it says basically face away, and then press shift 1 to activate travel mode, or use the ship menu. Alright, so all of our scans went out. We're going to go ahead and do this. Every ship engine can accelerate beyond its normal top speed using travel mode, which is what we're doing now. Look out for blinking signals nearby on your radar. Alright, as you see, we're going faster than the 180. Backspace to drop out of travel mode when you see a signal, if we were looking for one specifically.
Requesting permission to dock.
Docking permission granted.
Really?
Alright, so we know there's a whole bunch of signals over there. Use the long-range scanner to find the exact location of the signal. You can craft a SETA time acceleration upgrade, which unlocks another mode for traveling. We have seen those before in other games. and possibly even the other X games. Like I said, I'm not sure. It's been a while. This is just happenstance and luck that I'm actually able to cover this at this time, and I'm here when it's releasing. Alright, we're going to actually backspace out right here. Okay, I think that's probably it for that tutorial. It is. So the next two tutorials will be item deployment and platform tutorial. Then we'll be going into space suit. I keep wanting to say spaceship. Space suit usage, and then the basic usage. So the next episode, I think we can finish up all the tutorials. I don't think there's that much left for us to do. The deployment we can do a little bit further out. I'm probably going to go back closer to the platform. And like I said, we'll do that in the next episode. Again, I know this is probably not the most exciting stuff for a lot of you, but the tutorials do hold a lot of information. And honestly, I learned a very, very large amount about the game and how things work through the tutorials. There's still stuff that I don't know. And some of the later tutorials you can't access until you're further along in the game, where you have multiple ships and captains and things of that nature. So for now, this is pretty much going to do it for my first episode. I will definitely be back soon, sooner rather than later, with the next episode to get through all the tutorial things, and then we'll get into the game proper. Well, I mean, again, it's a sandbox game. We can do whatever we want, whenever we want, to whomever we want, however we want. So, yeah, I mean, we just do whatever. So we'll have to figure out exactly what we want to do. Like I said, I'm very interested and curious about the whole mining situation. So I think at least at some point I'd like to have a mining ship and go mine some asteroids and minerals and things from various different places, and just do some trading and selling and stuff off of that. And then from there, possibly we move on to like a large vessel, or maybe just a better fighter type, you know, small ship. I don't know. But there's a lot of really cool things in this game, guys and gals. I really hope I get to be competent enough to show all these things to you. But for now, that's going to do it for this episode. If you guys did enjoy, go ahead and leave a like. Give me that thumbs up, folks. It helps tremendously. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more content like this and several other things. I'm going to be doing a little bit more space simmy type games in general, or at least space-oriented games. So if you guys like that stuff, stick around the channel. You will see more of it. And of course, if you want more information about this game, where to get the game, information on the developer, any of that wonderful fun stuff will all be down below in the description of the video and various links, like it always is. And, you know, good job on X4 for the X series team, Egosoft, for putting out a game that's actually being well received on Steam. Their last two releases didn't go so well upon release, so it's really heartening to see them actually getting a little bit of love from the community. Anyway, folks, until the very next episode, my name is Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.